Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Joseph Bradley, and I'm going to talk about the meaning of life. It's a question that so many people ask, and so many seek their whole lives to try to find the answers to. I know it's a very generic question, but I'm going to allow Spirit to answer it in the way they wish to relay it to you. Meaning of life is such a vast thing to try to answer. It's so many variables, there's so many things, and each individual meaning of life is different from one another. My understanding of meaning of life would be love. The ultimate understanding of every aspect of what love is. Because love is creation. Love is understanding. Love is part of everything in the universe. Some other people might say the meaning of life is discover your true purpose. But what is your purpose? Everyone has a different purpose, or do we? There's so many different things that could come up for each individual, and sometimes it's nice to talk about ahead of time what my understanding of our true purpose is, just to see what Spirit has to say. So sometimes you get surprised in what they actually have to say. Just give me a minute to connect with them, connect with whoever wishes to speak to you today. I'm on a ship. It's an old style ship from the 17th century. The ones used to travel the world in. A tall ship, big sails. It's really windy here. I'm standing at the front of the ship, looking outwards. There's a storm here, wind blowing on my face, waves crashing overboard, crashing heavily and pushing me back sometimes, but I still stay pretty fast. I'm shouting out orders to stay into the wind. There's a massive wave coming. It hits the ship, completely engulfs it, but we bounce back out the other side. One wave after another, hitting the ship over and over again, but with a steady pace forward. But then the ocean becomes still, and the waves switch directions, and they start coming at me from the east. A huge wave instantly appears out of nowhere before we could turn the ship around, and hits it from the side, tipping it, breaking the masts. The ship is now upside down. It is broken. It starts to sink. I start to fall down with the pieces of some of the ships into the ground, or into the ocean. This floating downwards. I'm resting at the bottom of the ocean, thinking to myself, what was the point of all this? What was the point of life? What was the point of ending it this way? What was the point of all of it? I stare up as things start to turn black. My life's starting to leave my body. My eyes start to close. And I die at the bottom of the ocean. I start coughing. I'm on the beach. Scene change now. I'm on the beach coughing up water. I'm wondering if anybody else somehow made it. I don't quite understand how I got to this point, but I'm on the shore now. Last thing I remember was dying in the bottom of the ocean. Now I'm on a beach. Coughing up salt water. I stand up and fall back down again. I stand up again. I stumble a bit. I walk towards a waterfall nearby, a small one. The beach is quite shallow, and it's a rocky, and it turns into rocky shore and a mountain face. And there's water streaming down in this part that creates a small creek that goes into the ocean. I start drinking some water. My lips are just feel very parched. So I continue to drink water until I get my fill. Things start to become clear again. I just fall down at the rock beside me and look out towards the ocean. And wonder why I ended up here. I have the urgency to climb to the top of this mountain. So I start to climb. It's a hard climb, very steep in parts. I still manage to do it. I push myself on no matter how cut my knees are, my hands, my fingers. I just have an urgency to get to the top of this mountain. I climb to the top of the mountain. It takes me for the rest of the day. I get to the very top and I sit down just in time for the sun to set over the ocean. There's beautiful colors here. There's birds in the sky flying towards me. And now they're flying around me in a circle. The sun, last of the sun beating off their feathers. As soon as the sun sets, the birds turn into bats, and the moon rises on the other side, almost instantaneously. And the bats continue to swarm around me. I go to grab a bat, hold it in my hand. It bites my finger, and black veins start to go down my finger into my arm. It goes right into my heart, and the heart stops beating. I fall to my knees. I fall on my face. My heart does not start again, and things go black. I wake up with the sun beating on my back. I stand up in an open field. No mountain in any sight, in any direction. This tall grass, and there's a fire. I'm surrounded, and I'm in the middle. Fire is burning all around me. I don't know what to do. I'm trapped here. I just sit down. I have nowhere to go. I just hope the fire goes out before it reaches me. The smoke starts to overtake me. I start to cough uncontrollably. I put my shirt around my face, trying not to have the smoke block it as much as possible. I lie on the ground. I hear the fire coming closer. All I do is I pray, looking directly upward with the smoke swirling in the air, that I'll be okay. That this will just pass and go out, and I'll be able to finally move on. The fire is getting closer. I can feel the heat now. I stand up and I'm surrounded in flames. The fire quickly closes on me. I feel my flesh burning and I start to scream and I fall on my knees. It doesn't last, only a split second. And I'm standing above the scene, looking down. As I disappear in the flames, I start flying really quickly. The doorway opens up, and I go really quickly to the door. There's a golden figure standing in the doorway. "Good afternoon," he says to me. I'm walking down the street now, and a man is sitting beside me on a picnic table. My head is down, and he says, "Good afternoon" to me. I look up, and it was an old man. The scenes start to change. Different places of the world. Everything starts to spin. The picnic table spinning extremely fast, with scenes flowing back all over the world. It stops. I'm in the desert looking up at a great pyramid. I stand up. I don't recognize this pyramid. It's bigger than the rest. It's huge and very, very good condition. I walk up to and touch the stone, and the stone is cold to the touch. It creates a ripple effect, almost like this is a big mirage. But it feels cold to the touch, like it has a substance. So I walk forward and I disappear. I'm standing in front of a great pyramid, the biggest one I've ever seen. The metal is like a mirror, beautiful silver platinum color. It's highly reflective. I can walk around this pyramid looking up. At the top there's a bright light, like a big circular light shining down like a star in every direction. As I walk around, I try to go up to the star, but I just can't, it's really slippery. So I just go to fly upwards. I fly up to the star, and I go to grab the star, but there's nothing there. My hand goes through it. The star glows really bright in a blinding light. I'm standing in some old ruins now, moss all around me, and an old archway. That's all there's left is an archway. The stone buildings are now collapsed into the ground. Even the archway is very rough condition, but it still manages to stand. I walk through the archway, and it's like almost like water. As I walk through it, it has a ripple it creates. This area is quite confusing. Very confusing area. There's a loud scream sound. I get thrown backwards. The sound continues and echoes in every direction. The stars go out. Everything goes black and warped. I try to stand up, but the sound warps even my own energy. But I sit upwards to see it's coming from an animal, screaming. I walk up very difficultly and slowly towards the animal that's screaming. I take its mouth and I shut it. I stop vibrating. Did you want to continue? Do you want to stay here? I want to continue, I say. To understand this message better. I'm walking on roots right now. Walking along the roots. On a big tree. I look really tiny compared to the massive roots. Almost like an insect. It would be like an insect walking along a log. There's some massive trees here. Gigantic, thousands of feet high. All of a sudden, this whole area is full with beautiful little fairy-like creatures. I stop and I sit down on this root, and they appear all around me. About 3 of them come up to me, little fairies. There's a really big smile on their face. So they ask me, what is the purpose of this journey? And I said it was supposed to be about the meaning of life. They smile even bigger. They take out a dagger. They place it in front of me. They take out a rose, a red rose, and place it in front of me. And they give me an empty bottle and place it in front of me. They ask me what is more important. I say nothing is more important than the other. They're all basically equals. So the human race and everything on it is equal to one another, and nothing is greater than anything else. I said, this is what I believe. So could that be the meaning of life, the discovery that everything is equal, and everyone and nobody is above anything else? That very well could be. And they say, they open their hands, their little hands, and wave them in the air. Really like they're painting. And they have a tree, and they have a baby. It's like a cartoon drawing or a sketch of a tree and a baby. And then they actually do like a government building. They told me it has to be specific. It shows me the White House. The symbol is very easily identified throughout the world. So what is more important? And they restate that nothing is more important than anything else. So a tree is as important as a baby, and a baby is as important as the White House. I say yes. How about a flea? How about the President of the United States? How about Gandhi? Which of these are more important? I know what I would say in my heart. But ultimately I know that nothing is more important than anything else. But as a human being, I would never pick a flea over the President of the United States or Gandhi. But I know a spirit is telling me that nothing is greater than anything else. And that is part of the reason why the world is in chaos. Because everybody thinks that something else is more important than something else. It is that simple. And they look at me and they say, Joseph, love is important, and love is the meaning of life as well. But so is looking at everything and everyone is equal to everything else, until we're able to completely understand that life is precious no matter what it is. Even buildings, everything is precious, because everything is energy and everything is one. So every time you go to a place and you destroy something, Wars, for instance, create total chaos of life. So is a house more important than a human life? As a human, I would say no. But as spirits, they say everything is equally important. Even the rock on the beach. It is hard to understand that everything is alive, even if we don't even realize it is. As a human being, we do not expect you to take the life of a baby over the life of a rock. We understand that this is taking it to a level that human race is not able to truly understand. And we would not expect that. What you need to do is understand that all life is precious and deserves respect. The creation of humans, as well as animals, insects, it is all beautiful. So why go around and destroy things? Human beings destroying human beings, bombs destroying buildings, people, the land, aimlessly cutting trees down, aimlessly killing animals. We understand that you need to eat to survive. That is your understanding. But it's how it is done that is important. How it is done. The respect of life is no longer there. The respect for life is the meaning of life. This is what the spirits say, as well as love. But it's the respect for all living things, no matter what race, color, creed. Is it why we're here? Is to truly learn to love everything. That's Spirit's message to you today. I'm Joseph Bradley, and if you wish to do a reading with me, you can visit my website at www.amonrasawakening.com, or you can visit my Northern Lights page, which is www.josephbradleyauroras.com. It's been a pleasure to do this journey today, and it was always a pleasure to speak with Spirit to see what they have to tell us, so we may better our lives, so we can finally start helping everything and everyone in this world. Thank you very much. Have a great day.